see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, lace, lace. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, a horse fly. Did you ever see a horse fly? A horse fly, fly, fly. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, a boardwalk. Did you ever see a boardwalk? A boardwalk, walk, walk. Did you ever see a shoelace? A shoelace, a shoelace. Did you ever ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, a shoelace? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace, lace, lace? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, a horsefly? Did you ever see a horsefly, a horsefly, fly, fly? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, a boardwalk? Did you ever see a boardwalk, a boardwalk, walk, walk? Did you ever see a shoelace, a shoelace?